Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most dashing YouTube channel in all of YouTube. And your host tonight is obviously the only one that there can be, Dashing Dalton. We are talking about WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. And you might think, Dashing Dalton, that's crazy. That makes zero sense to me because there can't be two nights at WrestleMania. That's too much fun. But there is. There's too much hype to this for there to only be one night. Okay? So here's night one. Alright, we got Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes going on against Roman Reigns and The Rock. And the stip to this match is bloodline rules, where whoever wins, if Roman Reigns and The Rock wins, they get full control over the main event of night 2. Now, if Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes wins, then they are free of the bloodline for Cody Rhodes' match on night 2 for the main event. So, with that being said, I do think, if I had to say, I'm going Roman Reigns and The Rock, because that just makes sense since they're having this whole stip and everything like that. And now, moving to the women's world heavyweight title, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. Honestly, I'm sorry that I don't have much to say on this one. The feud has been good. It's been really great. It's been back and forth. Rhea Ripley has been doubting Becky Lynch to see if she could do it, but Becky Lynch says, if you doubt me, that's when I'm dangerous. So I think she's going to be pretty dangerous on WrestleMania. And who do I think she's going to retain? My heart wants to say Becky Lynch, but my mind says Rhea Ripley. So I do believe Rhea Ripley will retain her women's championship at WrestleMania. Now, here's a two-parter for this next match that I'm going to mention here. It's Sami Zayn versus Gunther, and they're kind of doing this Rocky 2 where Sami Zayn is the underdog in this whole thing, and saying he can't do it. He doesn't have what it takes to beat Gunther. But they're doing, like I said, they're doing this whole Rocky thing where Chad Gable has been trying to help him out and say that you can do it, train him up, say you do have what it takes to beat him, and all that stuff. Now, I will say I do think it's going to be Sami Zayn. I do think he has a very good chance of winning this match. And a little added on bonus, if I am correct, then I look like the smartest man in the room. This has not been reported anywhere. This hasn't been talked about anywhere else besides here. I think Gunther gets his old name back and he comes back as Walter. Now, if that happens, I'm the smartest man in the room. If it doesn't, it's fine. It's whatever. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go on to brother versus brother, Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Okay, so Jimmy has been screwing over his younger brother, even though they are twins. Okay, has been screwing over his younger brother, which isn't cool, not nice, bad. That's real bad stuff, okay? You don't want to do that to your brother, but, brothers is going to fight every once in a while. They're going to have a little scuffle every once in a while. So, with that being said, I do think Jey Uso is going to go over and be his brother Jimmy Uso at WrestleMania. So, there's that. With that. So, continuing on with the card here. Now, we got a 6-man tag ladder match. That's a mouthful. I am so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is for the Raw and SmackDown titles, but it's for the separate titles. It's not for both championships all at once. You go up, win one, the match is still going until you pull down the other set of tag titles. So I do think that they are going to split it up. So with that being said, I got to give you two predictions for this one here. And the following is the people that is in the match. You got the Awesome Truth. You got the New Day. You got the Judgment Day as the universe, the undisputed tag champions. Okay, you got the New Catch Republic. You got DIY. You got Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, also known as A-Town Down Under. And on that, I would have to say I'm giving it to the Awesome Truth because I have been going back and forth with the Judgment Day for a while here, and it would make the most sense, and it would be a feel-good moment for Awesome Truth to go over and win one of the tag titles. Which one? Don't know. I believe it's going to be the Raw tag titles. We will have to wait and see. Now for the second set of titles, I would have to either say, I'll say the New Catch Republic. I think that there will be a very good match with that. That's who I'm going with on that. So on to the next match to talk about is Rey Mysterio. We all know and love him. He's very great. And Dragon Lee in a tag match versus Santos Escobar and his no good stinking son, Dominic Mysterio. Now, Santos Escobar has been in a feud with Mr. Ray. Sorry, my lights turned off. I apologize for that. My lights turned off there, so I had to turn them back on. So, Santos Escobar has been in a tag team with Rey Mysterio called the LWO, also known as the Latino World Order. And he turned on Rey, hurt his leg, made him stay out for months, injured. So that's not cool. Why would you do that? So, and obviously his son, Dominic Mysterio, has been trying to make Rey Mysterio's life miserable, which also isn't cool. You don't do that to your daddy. That ain't cool. That's bad. So I do think that we are indeed going to have the feel-good moment. Again, we're going to have Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee defeat Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. Now, we got a 6-women tag match, ladies and gentlemen. We got some more women up in this piece. All right, so the first team is as follows: Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi versus Damage Control, made up of Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Dakota Kai. Okay, and I do think that Bianca Belair, Jade, and Naomi is going to beat Damage Control for the main reason of Damage Control has been attacking Naomi, has been attacking Bianca, and we got the debut match. This is a big match here because we got a debut match of Jade Cargill. This is her first official match at WrestleMania. Could you imagine, ladies and gentlemen, having your first match at WrestleMania? I am sorry about the glare. Can you imagine that? Your first match at WrestleMania. The show of the Immortals. Like, that's big stuff right there. So that's why I do think that Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi is going to go over and win against the Damage Control. Okay, so that is night 2. We are over with that piece. Okay, here we go. We're not going to talk about the main event first. We are, however, going to talk about Seth freaking Rollins versus off against Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre has been saying, I'm going to save WrestleMania. I'm the savior of WrestleMania. And that's not even one of the big things. One of the cool things, I would say, is that CM Punk, yes, CM Punk, baby, is going to be on commentary for that match. And so Seth hasn't been paying Drew McIntyre not a lickety split of attention here. Drew has been very upset about that, kind of like an ex-girlfriend, okay? Very upset that the other guy moved on. Seth Rollins has moved on, so Drew McIntyre is being very upset about that. So he ain't paying him not one lick of attention at all. I do think that Drew McIntyre is going to win, because that'd be big for him, because it'd be him winning the World Heavyweight title in front of fans for the first time, because the first time he won at WrestleMania was a couple years back during the bad stuff that happened. Yikes, we don't talk about that because it's bad. But my heart does say Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins is my boy. I love that dude. He's freaking awesome. He's freaking fantastic in the ring. But I do think it is going to be Drew McIntyre. But a fun fact is, I do think, however, that he will get help from some members of the Bloodline, because last week on Raw, I believe, you see in the background of a talking segment backstage, that Drew McIntyre was talking to Paul Heyman, which that's not good for anybody. So I do think that he's going to go against his words and everything like that. Don't worry about the bloodline. But Drew McIntyre is worried about the bloodline. He wants the bloodline, I think, to help him out and help him win this match. Could that happen? It very well could. We'll have to wait and see. Now we got the other women's title match. I am so sorry, I forget what this one is called. It slips my mind. It's the Women's World Championship. We'll just call it that for just because it's me and I'm gonna do this as I see fit. Ha ha! Ha! Suckers! So anyway, we got Io Sky, the champion, also one of the members of Damage Control, and versus Bayley. And the big thing with this is Bayley was the leader of Damage Control, and all the other girls has been talking behind her back in Japanese. Yes, 3 of them are Japanese. And Bayley won the Royal Rumble, so this is her, her right to choose whomever she wishes to fight with. So that's cool, That's good. That's good stuff there. And since they kicked her out and everything like that, and I do think Bayley is going to go over and win the Women's World Championship on that one, because we love Bayley. She's awesome. Fun fact, I do believe that she's going to go back to her old gimmick. We're going to hear the old Bayley music. That's cool. We're going to see the 2-man, the wacky wave 2-man. We're going to see all that back. We're going to see Hawker Bayley back, guys. That's going to be cool stuff there. And next to talk about, we got Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul. And that is for the U.S. Championship. I'm going to put this out right here. My mind is saying Logan Paul, because at SummerSlam is going to be in Cleveland, Ohio. But my heart is 100% saying Randy Orton and or Kevin Owens. Either one of those two, I would be okay with winning. But I just don't see it. Anything's possible. But I do have to go with Logan Paul on that. We got LA Knight, yeah, versus AJ Styles. And on that one, AJ Styles is mad because he feels like, LA Knight has passed over him to get all these opportunities, when the Bloodline back in a couple months back beat AJ Styles up backstage, and he's been upset about that. and everything along those lines. So I do think, however, LA Knight is going to get his WrestleMania moment. This is his first WrestleMania. I do think it's going to be a pretty good match. You know, people might sleep on it, but I think they're going to surprise us because they're both very good in the ring, very charismatic, and all of that. And now we got, I don't know really what much to say about this match. This is definitely a sleeper. People is, might be excited. It's going to be a very good match, I do think. Is going to be Bobby Lashley teaming with his team that has been a faction for a while. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus the Final Testament of Karrion Kross and AOP, Akam and Razor. So with that match, they've been feuding for a while. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Kind of crazy stuff with that. The Final Testament has been kind of lackluster as of late. Nothing really to write home about. Again, very good talent. It's just people's not latching on to them like people would hope. I do think Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits is going to get that W. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is finished. That is over. I hope everybody has a good night. I'm hoping that everybody watches WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2 because it's going to be a phenomenal. Trust me as a wrestling fan, to all you other wrestling fans, you don't want to miss it. Are you kidding me? Get up Saturday, bright as a daisy, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and watch it at 8 o'clock. Okay? 8 o'clock. Make sure. Peacock. Buy it. Do whatever you got to do. Steal somebody else's. I don't know. Don't do that. That's bad. Dashing Dalton does not condorse stealing anything. That's bad. But watch it. It's going to be great. Buckle up. It's going to be an amazing, amazing show. The hype is real for this. Okay? The hype is really big for this show. And I hope that everybody has a good weekend following this. And everything like that. I love you. And I'm knowing that y'all love me because I'm feeling the energy through the screen right now. So, with all that being said, I gotta go. I got stuff to do. I've been Dashing Dalton. You have been my lovely people. And I love each and every one of you. But there's one thing I want you to do. Super kick that like button. Elbow drop that like button. Super kick. Hit a tombstone pile driver on the subscribe button and do it, baby, because it's lit up. It's crazy up in here. It's